Did you know Dubai might soon look outdated? Across Africa, Asia, and even America, cities are being built from scratch with no cars, floating towers, and $100 billion budgets. Here are some wild urban experiments reshaping our world, and the final entry comes with a shocking bonus twist. Imagine a city stretching 170 kilometers. It sounds like a sci-fi fantasy, but that's exactly what Saudi Arabia plans in its NEOM project. The Line, a futuristic mirrored skyscraper ribbon planned to rise 500 meters tall and span from the desert to the sea. It's designed to house 9 million people, powered entirely by renewable energy, with no cars, no roads, and zero carbon emissions. Every part of daily life, homes, work, schools, shops, is within a 5-minute walk, linked by ultra-fast transit underground. This isn't just architectural whimsy, it's a statement of Vision 2030. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman wants the line to symbolize Saudi Arabia's post-oil future, blending environmental ideals with technological might. The plan calls for 95% of surrounding land to remain untouched nature, creating a rare kind of coexistence between wilderness and urban density. Construction is already underway, but as of mid-2025, only around 2.5 kilometers of that city ribbon has broken ground. The original goal of housing 1.5 million people by 2030 is facing serious revisions due to soaring costs and low oil revenues, potentially downsizing the early population targets to just 300,000. There's also growing concern about what such a massive mirrored structure will mean for local wildlife. NEOM sits on a major bird migration corridor, and experts warn the reflective surfaces could kill a significant number of birds, turning a futuristic landmark into an ecological hazard. Designing and building the line has also stirred fierce debates among architects. Several prominent designers initially signed on, like Zaha Hadid's London office and David Adjaye, but some withdrew, citing ethical concerns and environmental contradictions. The project's scale, cost, and labor practices have all raised international scrutiny. Yet it's also a beacon for reinvention. Built within a slim envelope, 200 meters wide but kilometers long, the city reflects back its desert surroundings while redefining urban scale. AI is slated to monitor everything from traffic, though there isn't any, to energy use, optimizing life at high density. Imagine a city where drones deliver medicine, buses go cashless, and greenery blends into modern design. This isn't a dream, it's Kigali, the capital of Rwanda, rapidly becoming one of Africa's most futuristic cities. Kigali is known for its clean streets, organized neighborhoods, and rapid-paced development since the 1994 genocide. It earned a reputation as one of the safest and most law-abiding cities in the region. But today it's building something far bolder, a tech-powered green metropolis that rivals Dubai, both in spirit and speed. For starters, Zipline's drone network is legendary. Since 2016, drones have soared over Rwanda's terrain, delivering critical supplies, like blood, to remote clinics in just 41 minutes, slashing delivery times from hours and cutting blood spoilage by 67%. By now, drones deliver 75% of all blood products outside Kigali, covering dozens of hospitals every day. It's not sci-fi, it's life-saving tech. On the ground, Kigali is buzzing with innovation. The city runs cashless transit where commuters tap with digital cards on buses. No paper tickets. Solar power is powering homes and streetlights, blending green energy into daily life. Rwanda's leaders are not stopping. They're building Innovation City, a dedicated district designed to attract entrepreneurs, AI startups, and institutions eager to transform healthcare, education, and finance. Students, developers, and creators are being drawn to a city that blends opportunity with open sky. The numbers show the transformation. Urban growth in Kigali has consistently outpaced many African peers, GDP growth over 8% annually in recent years. Its plans include satellite districts to manage expansion while preserving Kigali's famed lush hills and cleanliness. Environmental stewardship remains central. Kigali protects wetlands, planting trees around new construction, and keeps vehicle emissions low with public transit and walking zones. The city's motto is sustainability. Even small green spaces are planted across neighborhoods, so nature is always within reach. In sum, Kigali already feels like an African Dubai, not because of skyscrapers or luxury glitz, but through 21st century resilience, innovation, and green design. Health drones, solar grids, digital infrastructure, and an atmosphere of hope define its streets. Imagine building a whole city from scratch, where solar power, strollable streets, and lush green buffers protect against desert winds. Welcome to Maidar City, also known as Maidar Eco City, a bold urban project under development just approximately 30 kilometers south of Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia's Tove province. Designed by Cologne architect Stefan Schmitz, it is meant to house up to 280,000 people with the ideals of sustainability and harmony at its heart. At the center of this visionary design is a 54-meter-tall statue of the Buddha Maitreya, to echo the City of the Future spirit, bigger even than New York's Statue of Liberty. From here, the city is broken into walkable districts connected by urban arteries, wide pedestrian-first boulevards for walking, cycling, and electric transit, where daily needs are accessible within a maximum of 600 meters. Maidar's dedication to environmental ethics is built in. It has earned platinum certification from Germany's Green Building Council for integrating eco-urban planning, water, transport, and energy systems. Water is precious here. The city adopts a zero-runoff water management system, collecting rain in a 31-hectare reservoir, treating stormwater biologically, and reusing it for irrigation or even drinking, feeding lakes that double as both functional water systems and communal green space. Energy is smart and local. Maidar plans a 1.5 megawatt wind turbine, extensive solar use, and a debut smart grid that gradually moves the city toward 100% renewable energy, though early stages will use a mixed strategy due to Mongolia's reliance on affordable coal. Stage by stage, the city unfolds like layers of an onion. The first phase, by 2030, aims to serve 100,000 residents, complete with schools, healthcare, a university campus, and the symbolic statue. Over time, it grows toward that 280,000 target in a modular, self-sufficient fashion. Strategically placed next to a new highway, an expanded railway link, and a cable car to Ulaanbaatar, Maidar is positioned for accessibility. The development also includes agriculture, buffer farms to combat desert expansion, supporting both food security and landscape preservation. But ambition meets reality. As of now, only the lower half of the Buddha statue is built. The rest of the city grows little. Projects like this evolve slowly, and Maidar is no exception. Mongolia isn't just developing a city, it's sculpting a balanced future. Maidar tells a heartfelt story of low-carbon, social harmony, and walking distances, of fighting desert creep, and of cities built not just for people but for purpose. Imagine moving a nation's capital from a steamy island to the very heart of a lush rainforest. That's precisely what Equatorial Guinea set out to do with Ciudad de la Paz, previously known as Oyala or Jibloho. Starting in 2015, the government began building this planned city inland, east of the coastline, to replace Malabo, the island capital on Bioko Island. The goal? Improve access, unify the country, and modernize in one grand move. Designed by Portuguese architects FAT, Future Architecture Thinking, Ciudad de la Paz spawns a massive 81.5 square kilometers, think 8,150 hectares, making room for wide boulevards, government buildings, presidential villas, a financial district, and housing for up to 160,000 to 200,000 residents. The vision aimed high, a smart green capital powered entirely by renewable energy, with sleek architecture that says modern Africa, but also sustainable future. Early structures include a 6-lane Avenue of Justice, a golf course, a university, and the Grand Hotel Jibloho, which boasts 380 rooms, a wellness center, and conference space for 1,200 people, all surrounded by rainforest. Strategically placed between Bata and Mongomo, and just 20 kilometers from the new President Obiang Nguema International Airport, the city aims to centralize governance, boost mainland connectivity, and ease governance away from the island. But every big plan faces reality. The city remains largely empty. Silver towers and government buildings stand, but only a few inhabitants live there. The ambitious unveiling expected in 2020 was delayed, and critics say environmental damage, corruption, and mismanagement keep the dream hovering just out of reach. Deforestation alone is immense. Over 8,000 hectares of pristine rainforest have been cleared for development, threatening wildlife and raising concerns about sustainability. Reports say one building even had to be relocated because the president disliked its view, a vivid illustration of top-down planning gone extreme. Equatorial Guinea is a small nation, just 28,000 square kilometers in area with around 1.8 million people, rich from oil but struggling with inequality and weak governance. Ciudad de la Paz reveals both ambition and the challenge. Infrastructure exists, but people and thriving communities do not yet. Imagine a city designed not just for people but for fairness. wellness, and purpose. That's the bold vision behind Telosa, a planned utopian metropolis dreamed up by billionaire Mark Lore. Announced in 2021, this futuristic city aims to house 5 million residents by 2050, starting with 50,000 people by 2030. Inspired by the ancient Greek word telos, meaning purpose, Telosa emerges as a new model of urban living, built around equitism, where the city owns the land and residents share in its increasing value. Land income would fund healthcare, education, affordable housing, and transit, without hiking taxes. Designed by the renowned Bjarke Ingels Group, BIE, Telosa is a 15-minute city. Everything from schools to shops is within a short walk or electric ride. Fossil fuel vehicles are banned. Instead, smart transportation like autonomous shuttles, scooters, and maybe even flying cabs take center stage. At the heart of the city stands an icon, the Equitism Tower, a futuristic skyscraper housing aeroponic farms, energized by solar rooftops and supporting water storage, providing both sustenance and sustainability. Telosa's projected scale is breathtaking, a sprawling 150,000 acres, larger than Manhattan, featuring dense walkable blocks, vast green spaces, and public node hubs, all powered by 100% renewable energy, near-zero waste, and shared prosperity. From the start, Telosa has sparked both fascination and skepticism. Urban critics point out its massive $400 to $500 billion price tag, its reliance on precarious desert water resources, and its idealistic, from-scratch approach. One critic labeled it a Silicon Valley fantasy or greenwashed vanity project. Logistically, Telosa faces major hurdles. The American Southwest faces its most severe drought in 1,200 years. Securing long-term water rights is a make-or-break factor. Critics argue building a city from scratch in an arid landscape, when many existing cities need upgrades, may be less sustainable. That said, Telosa continues to attract heavyweight partners, transportation experts, urban planners, even former public officials like Preet Bharara show interest. The vision remains to create a blueprint not just for American cities, but global futures. In its core, Telosa is a moonshot dream, aiming for walkable neighborhoods, equitable access, renewable energy, breathtaking architecture, and shared prosperity. Whether it becomes a reality or a collection of drawing boards, Telosa is already reshaping conversations about what's possible in urban design. Alright, we've seen skyscraper ribbons in the desert, drone-powered capital cities, eco-settlements fighting sandstorms, rainforests turned into administrative hubs, and even American utopias planned on unused land. Each of these projects, Neom's The Line, Maidar City, Ciudad de la Paz, Telosa, carries its own story, ambition, and challenge. Now it's time to ask, what would you do? First up, Neom's The Line. Wrapped in mirrors and designed to be car-free, it's a radical rethink of urban life. Every daily need within a 5-minute walk, zero carbon emissions powered by renewables. Sounds futuristic, but if you lived there, would it feel like progress or confinement? Would you trade wide-open landscapes for slick efficiency? Next, Kigali, Rwanda's tech-forward capital. Imagine a city where drones deliver life-saving blood supplies, buses are cashless, solar power lights your street, and a whole upcoming innovation city invites startups and students to grow. It's grounded innovation. Would you join that energy? Then comes Maidar Eco-City in Mongolia. Smart grids, walkable neighborhoods, water recycling, shields against the Gobi Desert's advance. It's a human-centered oasis born from necessity. How would you shape a city that protects its ecosystem while feeding its people? Ciudad de la Paz is an invitation to wonder, a rainforest capital built from scratch, but still mostly empty. Highways and luxury hotels among untouched wilderness. It raises deep questions about ambition, power, and sustainability. Would you build there, live there, or would you let it be? And finally, Telosa, America's $400 billion utopian city. No gas cars, 15-minute neighborhoods, equitable land ownership, renewable energy, futuristic skyscrapers, even aerial vehicles. Dreamy, right? But is it practical or pie in the sky? Can a city of the future work, or is it just billionaire daydreaming? Here's the roadmap for you for 2026. 1. Pick your vision. Choose a city that fits your values. Futuristic efficiency, green resilience, cultural rebirth, rainforest ambition, or social equity. 2. Stay curious. These places still evolve. Telosa's first residents won't move in until after 2030. Ciudad de la Paz remains mostly empty. Neom is only partially under construction. Follow their stories. 3. Think local, dream global. These models will inspire renovations of existing cities too. Pick ideas you'd bring home. Solar grids, walkable zones, drone delivery, lush public spaces. 4. Dream with purpose. These aren't just places, they're what we want cities to be. Healthy, fair, futuristic, harmonious. So what will you do? Will you imagine yourself thriving in a mirrored glass ribbon, lush Mongolian eco street, or rainforest capital? The next city of your dreams might not be on a map yet, but it could be built by someone just like you. Thanks for watching The Next Dubai. If these futuristic cities blew your mind, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell. More hidden megacity secrets and jaw-dropping global travel stories are coming your way. Don't miss the next adventure.